We'll now call the village council meeting to order for July 15, 2024. We will start with the Lord's Prayer for anybody who chooses to participate. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Now, pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Jeffers? Here. Pasco?
Here.
Ashari?
Here.
St. Giacomo?
Here.
Slingsky? Here. Trachey?
Here.
Your agenda was emailed to you for July 15, 2004. Yes.
We have one addition, the Eastwood Environmental Incorporated contract.
Okay.
And
Yes.
I'd like to put the Fallen 14 Memorial location also under the committees for buildings and grounds.
Yeah. All right. So with those two additions, do I have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jeffers? Aye. Pasco?
Aye.
Ashari?
Aye.
St. Giacomo?
Aye.
Slingsky?
Aye.
Trachey?
Aye.
So your minutes were emailed to you for June 24, 2024. There's a motion on the floor to accept those minutes.
So moved.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Jeffers? Aye. Pasco?
Aye.
Ashari?
Aye.
St. Giacomo?
Aye.
Slingsky?
Aye.
Trachey?
Aye.
And your minutes were emailed to you for June 26, 2024. Do I have a motion on the floor to approve those minutes?
Make a motion we approve the minutes from June 26, 2024.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jeffers? Aye. Pasco?
Aye.
Ashari?
Aye.
St. Giacomo?
Aye.
Slingsky?
Aye.
Trachey?
Aye.
All right, if we have any visitors in attendance today, we do, please just state your name, and if you've signed in, great. Step up to the podium and you have anything to say. Okay, great, nothing at this time. All right, so we're gonna swear in a new firefighter. I would say he's a familiar face, been here before, so it sounds good. Great to have you back. So Clayton, you wanna step up here and join me? We can swear you in, sir. And I'll be there soon.
Aye.
All right. Would you like anybody to hold that for you, sir? Family member or anybody?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh.
No, I can.
You want to?
Okay, take your time. Beautiful, baby.
Oh,
Hold that right there. Just repeat everything. Put your hand right there, sir. All right. And then just state your name after I say aye. So I, your first and last name.
I, Nathan Spiegelberg,
Promise to support the Constitution of the United States
promise to support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
the ordinances and resolutions of the village
the ordinance and resolutions of the village
of South Amherst,
of South Amherst,
as long as I hold the position of firefighter.
as long as I hold the position of firefighter,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Thanks so much, sir.
Thank you.
Very much. All right, Ron, you step up here as well, sir, so we can get you sworn in as our interim fire chief. I don't know why I said this. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Do we motion?
We need to
Really?
motion. But
Okay.
I don't know that you need to swear him in.
No? Okay.
Well, he's already sworn in as a firefighter.
Sworn in as a firefighter, sworn in as an assistant chief, so I don't know technically if there has to
We just
be-
have to motion to
Okay.
approve his appointment.
Sure, might as well, okay.
Well, I make that motion to
Swear.
approve Ron Zaleha as the interim fire chief.
Second.
Roll call.
Becky.
Jeffers. Aye. Casco.
Aye.
Ashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sexton.
Aye.
Trachey.
See, now that I can walk around, I'm gonna have myself, I apologize.
It's okay.
All right, I'm gonna hold this for you.
Right.
Yes, sir. So just take your first and last name.
No,
You go ahead.
No, you go.
Sure, I wasn't finishing. All right. So just say your first and last name when I say it. I
Ronald Zalea,
promise to support the Constitution of the United States of Ohio,
promise to support the Constitution of the State of Ohio
the United States,
and the United States,
the ordinance and resolutions
the ordinance and the resolution
of the Village of South
of the
Amherst,
Village of South Amherst,
as long as I hold the position
as long as I hold the position
of interim fire chief
of interim fire chief
of South Amherst.
of South Amherst. So, yeah, we got it.
Thanks so much. Sir. Thank you so much for bearing with us on that, everybody. The law director will not be here today, so we bid him a happy Monday. He's celebrating his son's 16th birthday, so happy birthday to the law director's son. Moving right along, fiscal officer.
Payment listing and financial reports were emailed. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. June bank reconciliations completed. It's in the binder for signatures. Next thing is a then and now purchase order. I sent that. Purchase order was for. Hey, hold on 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Can my folder? Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Blacksco Green changed their billing delivery system from mailing to emailing to the cemetery clerk. She assumed that they were emailing them as well to me. So, we had to do a then and now purchase order for the foundations. And it was for $4,164.55. They were actually done in May.
I make a motion that we approve then and now purchase order 312-2024.
Second.
Any discussion? Discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers. Aye. Casco.
Aye.
Ashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sexton.
Aye.
Trachey.
Aye.
And that is it for me.
And with Lori doing training, this officer's been doing 2 roles today, so thank you, Michelle, for that. So the records clerk report.
June construction report is on the agenda. Next up would be the 2025 calendar. I trust it was emailed.
I make a motion that we accept the 2025 village calendar.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Jim?
I may have discussion on Halloween parade, trick or treat. She has it for Sunday. And I have on the agenda this evening to discuss Halloween and trick or treat dates.
Okay.
So that would change.
So I would say probably then we got the motion just with the absence of Lori, the records clerk, that we would just go ahead and table that until the next meeting. And then we could just square that away when she comes back. Okay? So who made the motion?
I
Dave?
did.
Okay.
I amend my motion to table the calendar until that's on the next meeting.
All right, so we'll do that. Records retention approval.
The mayor's court and fire department retention schedules have been approved by the state and been returned. fraud training, a friendly reminder to do your state auditor fraud training, email copy to the records clerk. It takes 7 minutes and 55 seconds. And you have to wait like 15 seconds for the certificate, so that's included in the 7:55.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Utility administrator.
All right, so the consumption report was emailed to everybody. I do like to say that we are down in our consumption difference by about 900,000 gallons. So we did find a leak in the service line that was repaired at the beginning of June. So we're hopefully going to start seeing trends going on the downside. So any other questions on the consumption report?
What are we at? How much should we?
110,000 or 110,800 difference, which all in all is better than $1 million plus. So that leak was found, fixed, and taken care of.
So what was the problem? It was the,
We had a service line. So basically, it was leaking from between the meter and the curb box, so the water was never accounted for because it never went to the meter.
did it damage the underground?
Surprisingly not.
That's
So,
amazing.
but we don't know how long it was leaking. We don't know when it started. So our best estimate was for a while. So
Great news.
But where was it at, David?
it was down on South Lake,
Oh, okay.
and the service line, it was a crack right at the foundation. Whoever installed it did a really good job, so no water got into our basement. So they did a really good job sealing it. Just they were losing water, and eventually the service line snapped. So like I said, we don't know how long that was happening for, but now we're seeing the downward trend in our consumption difference. So
I'm sorry, where are we at again? How much did we?
110,800 gallons was the difference for the last month.
Right,
It's down from $1.5 million. So,
that's great.
we're seeing that trend going. Wendy and I are still working diligently trying to find any other things that could be going on. The difference will probably never be at zero, but it's getting better. So. Any questions on the consumption report?
Did the Neptune software help you find that?
No, because it never touched the soft. It never touched the meter. It was in that kind of gray area where it's not our responsibility because it's on the property, but it wasn't bad enough until it actually worked. So. Okay. All right, Fray software, Jeannie, I know you asked for some references. I did talk to 3 municipalities, not customers. They didn't hand out that information, just like we don't hand out our customer resident information to anybody else. New Holland, unfortunately, their clerk was out sick, so I do wish her a speedy recovery. I talked to Shelby County. They were with Fray Software for 24 years. They had nothing but nice things to say. They got from what I've talked to her about, they don't get complaints because of whatever billing or how they do their billing from any of their residents. They had nothing but nice things to say. I also talked to the village of Attica, who has used them for 10 plus years. And again, their software, they said top notch, you get the best service, customer service on their end, and any issues that they ever had, they were fixed immediately.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Any other questions on that? Because I'd like to have a motion to continue moving forward to purchasing the software.
I'll make a motion and we approve the purchase of the Fry software.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I had asked to see a presentation from the company about what the customer sees. I know that some people said they weren't interested in
So if
seeing
you
it.
didn't set that up, but I can if you'd like to set up a one-on-one if you'd like.
Mhm.
I will say just a comment on that. After seeing the bill itself, it would be tremendous to go forward on it just because of the fact that we're not struggling with communication, but with the newsletter, we only have so much characters to put on there and, putting it together, I see that firsthand. So being able to use another form of, communication to send out to the residents and just being able to keep them up to date on what's going on, I think is a plus in my eyes. So for what that's worth. Yeah. No other discussion? Okay, roll call please.
Jeffers,
Aye.
Casco,
Aye.
Machieri,
Nay.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Hetzke.
Aye.
Trojki.
Aye.
Shut-offs, we had 9 this month. Currently, there's still 2 off. But other than that, we've been getting a way better return back on paid in fulls. So we do like seeing that our efforts to get these delinquents down have been working. We've been getting more paid in fulls than partial payments or full shut-offs. So, great. Any questions on shut-offs for this month? Or for last month, sorry. Great. That's all I got.
I'd like to say, on behalf of the village, thank you, because, I mean, this guy, is always here. He's always on the go. He's always coming in. I saw him on the 4th of July at my house. I come out, no shirt. What are you doing? I just need to get a sample. Yeah, no problem. I just want to say thank you, honestly. I know you're working your tail off, and I appreciate everything you're doing. I appreciate it, most definitely, absolutely. All right, well, we're going down to our departments. Fire. Ron, would you like to say anything on behalf of fire? Anything in particular before I read the report?
Just a couple things.
You want to step up to the podium, sir? Great, thank you so much.
I'd like to thank council members, the mayor, for your very large amount of support. Taking over a large job that I didn't have any training, well, very little training and access to information, so forth. And people have stepped up now. Really appreciate it. That's kind of what we were hoping to go for, is a little more, communication between this group and that group. The radio problems, we did resolve the changeover to the 700 frequency. We are back to operating on the new frequency, but a new programming problem came up with just the way the radios are programmed. It's something that it only affects us, what we look at on our radios. And I put a call out to Chief Scarborough to get a hold of somebody, because Cleveland Communications, they're the ones that program the radios. And unfortunately, there was a miscommunication between Mr. Crawford and CCI, and so we got the radios programmed differently. And of course, now to change that is $2,900 to get the original channel settings that we wanted. But we're able to work with it, and we'll probably just going forward, we'll live with what we have. Not a huge, big deal, but I did ask for, what proof do we have, and they did send me a signed copy, so we've got no recourse. We just basically either cough up the money or accept the radio, so we'll go with that. There is one programming glitch that I found out that they're supposed to be checking into it, but it has nothing to do with our stuff, so I'll keep you updated on that. We've had several department members have stepped up to help, Kyle being one of them. I do have a few officers, a couple officers have stepped up, offering any type of help, I need, and I have relied on them a little bit. So fortunately, we haven't had any major incidents. So far, we've been able to respond appropriately for the service. We do have the mutual aid system that, we rely on. It works. Other departments are aware there's a little trouble going on here, and, they've reached out and said, just let us know. We've had a few members of the department have expressed concern about the open communications that we're establishing. And I believe most of that is from fear of losing control of the department. And, from what working with everyone here, I don't feel it, that you folks are here to take over. I don't think anybody in this, up here would know how to run a fire department. And nothing against you folks, but it just takes, Kyle can attest, it takes a lot, somebody in the field to do that. So, like I say, I'm not too worried about it. We've got a few people have expressed interest in coming back. So now that there's a change in management, so if we do lose a few people, it's not going to be a big issue. Grants, there's several people, I believe Michelle Cuthbert here with them. I actually talked with our main grant writer, Dee Dee, is her name. She's just emailed me today. There's another grant she's wanting information to work on for the gear. There is still some money left over from the original 240,000 grant. For what she said, it's probably somewhere around 10,000 to 12,000, but there were some items that were ordered by Mr. Crawford that she didn't have processed through, so that's why she wasn't really sure of the balance, the exact balance, because obviously we're trying to find money for gear. So hopefully she comes up with something. I also will be meeting probably sometime later this week or next week with Assistant Chief Art Mead from Elyria Township. He reached out and offered to meet with me because he has been successful in acquiring almost $3 million in grants for Elyria Township over the years. So he's very skilled in grants. So he wants to meet and get together and, go over and, give me some pointers on what we got to look at and how to do it, because there's certain wording that you can use that really, if you go that route, it almost guarantees you're getting money. So if we do this, and Dee Dee, she's aware of that too. So, the more people we can have working on this, the better it is for all of us. We know it. You folks on the safety committee see the prices of the gear. So it's not, it's not cheap, and the gear only lasts 10 years. That's it. And we do have to get rid of the gear. We cannot keep it in-house to use it. Some people have suggested keeping it for, training or so whatever. The problem is, after the 10 years, there's a liability with that. So who's willing to accept the liability? I'm certainly not, and I don't think you folks are certainly, willing to, because if somebody gets hurt with that gear on, maybe the gear's expired.
Yeah.
And so the gear, in the past, what we've done, because I myself have done it, is we made sure we got rid of the gear. We threw some away. A couple people took it home for snow plowing or whatever. It's fine. It doesn't have any lettering. It's not affiliated with us, so it doesn't affect us. The SCBA stuff, that stuff, we're done with the fit testing on that. All the new air packs are in service. Everyone has new air masks, so everybody can use them. And going forward, we're going to try to look for a grant, because what I found out in meeting with the salesman, is our Cascade system, which is a great big bottles and a giant air compressor that we use for filling our bottles. The filling portion of it is actually out of NFPA compliance, because we switched to the higher pressure bottles. We are not in compliance. Unfortunately, the cost to do that is about $27,000. So we're trying to come up with a workaround, figure out, there's grant money available. John Cool, salesman from Atlantic Emergency Systems, he said, there's grants. And so it's just a matter of working with the right people and just trying to go after this. It's just, hopefully once we get kind of a chief in here and get things a little more settled, we can start dictating and say, hey, we're going to have, one of the things that I see we have to do is get the officers working as more of a group. whereas we don't have this, hierarchy of, one person is trying to manage, so. Enough of that, so the association officers are in the process of acquiring the financial records and the account access. They're gonna try to reach out to Mr. Crawford and see if they can do that. That was decided Tuesday at our association meeting. So I'll keep you updated on that. We have one applicant right now, she's an auxiliary. She's going to be attending the EHOBE Fire School. The reason she's gonna go up there is because the Lorraine County Fire Chiefs School that's here in Oberlin every year, they are only doing a firefighter 2 class. They are not doing the entry level. So she would have to wait until next year, which would probably be next September, which means she's gonna have to stick around and basically be kind of a gopher for, and it's not fair to her to say, hey, sorry, you're gonna be a cleanup gopher for, year and a half. So, I work with Michelle on the paperwork for that. The part of the cascade system issue that we have is the large bottles are out of hydro. Every 5 years, I think 5 years, those bottles have to be sent out and get tested, pressure tested. We're beyond that. Somebody, I don't know where it happened, but somebody missed the dates, and so we're out of that. We're not. I talked to the Cascade guy, and he said it's not a problem. He said, but you need to try to get that remedied here, in the next couple of months. So I got to get a phone call into a company that does that, and then we'll try to get that in the next month or two. And then the last thing on my list was I did have Lakeland Glass come out the other day to quote me a door replacement on the office door here. I have not received that yet, so as soon as I get that, I'll forward it. And then we can go from there. And, that's kind of all I have. If anybody has any questions?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
When you speak to the gentleman that's going to give you specific ways that things can be worded,
Mhm.
can you share that with me
Oh, yeah.
so I can pass it along to Chris?
Yeah.
Because she has kindly been searching for stuff for us, and I'm sure
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and that's where I see there's a real need for all of us to kind of communicate and make sure, that we all, because like I say, there's, people say, oh, there's money, there's grant money. It's just a matter of trying to connect to the right people
Right.
and get the right information to these people. And then, then we can get that, because if Elyria Township can grant $3 million, even if that's over 5 or 10 years, that's still huge.
That's a lot of money.
They're not a big department. They have less equipment than we do. So they make more runs than we do, but, and that's, that's that.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Anybody?
Okay. Ron, well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
seriously, thank you so much for just, coming into the situation, picking the ball up and running with it. You're doing a phenomenal job, and thank you so much for your service.
Like I say, thank you folks for your support.
100%. We always got you.
Did you have a chance to look at the Firehouse Subs grant
That, I
application?
don't know. I didn't answer. She's on vacation this week,
Okay.
so she did say, she'll have her computer, but she's in Hawaii. And she said,
Good for her.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
because the
I'll try to leave her
application
alone.
opened up, I think, on the 11th.
Okay, yeah, I'll check with her, trying to leave her alone.
Okay.
All right, we're just moving right along. So we have the police blotter, was sent out earlier in the week. Did anybody receive that? Okay, if we didn't get that, I will get with the chief to make sure we get that sent out to you guys. Moving on to boards, cemetery, presented by Chris Gallagher. Step up to the podium and floor is yours, Chris.
Well, I just wanted to share that the grant application is about 90% finished, and I have to do it on paper, because once I get online where it has to be submitted, you can't save it, and if you don't complete it, that's sitting, you lose everything. So Jeannie and Michelle and of course Jerry Lee have been very helpful, giving me information that I need to complete this grant. And I think we're really close, and I'm really excited for the vision that was shared from Terry Lee, and I'll pass this around, as to what she and other folks on the community and economic development group have envisioned for the memorial for the fallen 14. So, and she's been working with some suppliers, and she has gotten some costs together, and we're gonna work on trying to finalize that because it's part of the grant. They want to know specific details. But this is gonna turn out to be a very beautiful addition to Evergreen Cemetery. And I think, as Jerry Lee has said, it's gonna be a way for people to come and reflect on, the sacrifices that soldiers made. And they could come and reflect any day of the year, not just Memorial Day weekend. So if you have anything else to add?
Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, just moving right along as we take a look at that. Committees, buildings, and grounds.
Okay, we got about 3 things here on the buildings and grounds. One of them is the fallen 14 memorial, as far as the location, that's to where it's gonna be put. The paper that was being passed around here shows exactly where it's proposed, but it could change. There's not set in stone, I guess. But I'd like to make a motion, and we can discuss this after I make the motion. I'd like to make a motion that we do allow the cemetery to put up a memorial for the fallen 14.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, no discussion. Roll call, please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Machinery.
Aye.
St. Giacomo.
Aye.
Zavisky.
Aye.
Tracey.
Just to add on there, as Chris is working very diligently on the grant, it is a time-sensitive item. So we needed to vote on this tonight, which I appreciate everybody, voting yes for. But based on the information that I've seen, it looks pretty awesome. Then that's just a preliminary. I don't know, Chris, you can probably add a little bit, or Jerry Lee. There's some other locations that they might discuss, but that was just one that they presented, and I kind of like that one. That's where it's been.
Wonderful.
I just have one little thing here on this. Part of the cost that we're getting, like Chris and I were working with the different vendors, I did reach out to IRG to see, because those 14 columns will each be made out of sandstone, and then that center battlefield cross will be out of some sort of bronze or metal material. And so I did reach out to IRG, since they're right here in our backyard. There's a quarry, a sandstone quarry that's active in, I think it's considered Birmingham. Their mailing address is Vermillion, but so those folks are who we're currently getting costs from. But Justin from IRG responded to me this morning. So we've been doing some back and forth to see if we could actually use our own sandstone for those sandstone markers.
Great.
Yeah.
Great news. Yeah. David?
You could probably report David on town hall planning quote and the parking lot quote.
So, I know it was brought to the attention that we're looking to get our roof painted. It's in kind of getting a little shaded, it's getting kind of rough. So I've reached out to a few painters, roofers. It's a lot harder to find people who paint metal roofs than I thought it was going to be. I only found 2 companies within our area that actually do it. Only one reached out to me and actually gave me a quote. So that quote is there. It's not has to be done this year. They usually stop around mid-September to late September, just because of weather permitting. And he did say if it does go into next year, basically the only thing that would change is if paint goes up on the quote. So that is the quote for that. Do you have any questions on that quote for the roof paint? So basically they would sand, paint the roof and gutters to the colors that we decided. Same thing with the parking lot. I know I was talking with Michelle, because we got our parking lot redone last year. It does need to be sealed. That is something that needs to happen probably this year. Reached out to a few companies. Actually, unfortunately, anything asphalt's the only one that's reached back out and gave me a quote. Any questions on that coating? Would be a complete two-coat seal and repainting all the lines to the original, where the lines are.
I'd like to make a motion that we do proceed with the parking lot seal, because that has to be done before winter.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make that motion.
Second,
Any discussion? No discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers. Aye. Roscoe.
Aye.
Mashari.
aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sisky.
Aye.
Trachey.
Aye.
Anything else? Building permits?
No, sorry.
No, you're all good.
I was reading,
No.
but, no.
All good, okay. And did you have anything, Michelle, you want to add? Yeah.
No, I got my question.
You're all good, okay. All right, moving right along, street sidewalk and service.
Just giving an update to everybody that I talked with the Cuyahoga fence that is going to be installing the guardrail. So it is marked and ready to go. He told me about a week or so ago, so we'll have a guardrail on the intersection of Russia Road and Annis to help maybe prevent people from going into the pond again. So I know that's been a safety concern of last time I had somebody drive through and go through, so that should be getting taken care of here shortly. I know I talked with the mayor, letting him know what's going on. So just kind of letting everybody know that we'll be seeing a new guardrail for safety.
Thank you for that as well. I know that was an undertaking, so I appreciate that. All right, and moving right along, audit finance.
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. Ordinance.
Nothing at this time either.
All right. And safety.
I have two things.
Sure.
First of all, my husband has been meticulously going over the 3 different sets of SOPs that the fire department had been using over the years. And he's done finally. And his plan that he would like to do is to meet with the safety committee and our new fire chief to go over them and figure out how to fix everything then. It was quite a process, but it's done. And we have someone who has graciously offered to put it all together, Jeannie. I didn't have to twist her arm, she just said she would do it honest. So that hopefully in August will take place.
Sure.
The second thing I have is we had a safety committee meeting on July 1st. A few things we went over. One was the Firemen's Association has yet to have Mr. Crawford turn over the treasurer's administrative documents. There was an in-depth discussion regarding the vehicle purchased as a command vehicle, such as ideas to repurpose it and purchase another specific command vehicle. Such vehicle would be more efficient for the firemen to use for contaminated gear. They are currently using trash bags. It was decided that this decision would be made in the future. I offered to reach out to Chris Gallagher regarding grants for turnout gear. And the last thing was, it was noted that it would be wise to add to the SOPs that female firefighters should have another female present when being fitted for gear. And that was all I had.
Thank you so much for that. All right, moving right along, community economic development and presented by our director, Jerry Lee.
Just a couple of things. One, I know we're a little bit past Memorial Day, but thank you to everybody who worked really hard on Memorial Day. Some inclement weather, but I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, and continue to be inspired of, how we can honor those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. So thank you to everybody who chipped in and helped, and council did a wonderful job of passing out the poppies and the flags and the programs. So we appreciate council being present and being there for us to continue to do this for our community. The second thing is, I know you guys are gonna go ahead and vote on holiday and Halloween, so that's already on everybody's agenda, but community and economic development, once we have those dates. We already have several, probably between 10 and 15 residents that have expressed interest in assisting with Halloween and or the holiday. So more ways that we're getting the community involved to create a really great experience for folks in partnership with the Fire Association. They always do a really great job with that. So you guys will be voting on that tonight. And then obviously Chris already spoke to the Fallen 14 memorial. So thank you guys for voting that through. Now that we have the go-ahead from Buildings and Grounds, in addition to what the cemetery is doing, we're now going to go out. During Memorial Day, we talked to the DAV of Lorraine County, and they're very much behind this project and this initiative, and Lorraine County Veterans Services. So we have a lot of organizations that want to help us find funding for this, to do something in this way and something that's unique. So please know that it's not just something else that we're voting on, that it really is important. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and take it out into the community and those other services that want to help us see some things through. And even in talking I went to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Service in Amherst and spoke with the gentleman that runs the DAV there. And he introduced me to, as he calls her, his right-hand gal. And we were talking, and he says, we got one person from Vietnam that's fallen from South Amherst. And so I'm going to tell you a real short story, but he was telling me a story about how his family, when he deceased, just got all this stuff of his, and they didn't know what to do with it. So the DAV, this right-hand gal, has stuff from a gentleman from the village of South Amherst, his Vietnam papers and a postcard, and like all of this stuff is just in her basement. So she said, they're working on, what's the guy's name? Woody? Yeah. And so she's got all of this stuff, and the Lorraine County is developing this Vietnam veterans sort of interior memorial that's going to happen in Grafton. And so they said, instead of it going to Grafton, do you want it to go to South Amherst? So I said, yes, we'll find a place for it. Our historical society is really doing a lot. So, please know that really the reason that the Community and Economic Development Committee is so passionate about this project, and again, thank you to the cemetery for doing this, is because we want to make sure that their stories are told. And I think that you guys are really gonna enjoy and be proud of how we continue to grow what we've done over the last 2 years for these folks, and continue to resource. I think we've done a great job with the resources we have available, but it's time to do something different. So I just want to thank you guys for that. And we'll continue to grow, what the Community Economic Development Committee is doing, spotlighting our residents, spotlighting our businesses, spotlighting you folks hopefully soon. So, I think the more and more that we're consistent with that message, the more people will see and remind themselves what a great place this is to live, and that they want to be involved in things too at their own capacity. So thank you guys, appreciate it.
Well, Jerry Lee, thank you. You stepped away some time ago, and you left some big shoes to fill, but they were filled, and now you're on to bigger and better things, and you're killing it. So thank you so much. You're amazing. All right, so there are some things on the docket here that we do have to vote on. So Halloween being one of them.
I'll make a motion to approve the Halloween parade and trick and treat always be on the fourth Saturday of October.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion? Roll call, please.
Jeffers. Aye. Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski. Aye. Trikey.
Aye.
We also have the tree lighting. We have a motion on the floor to approve.
Make a motion to approve the tree lighting to always be on the first Friday of December.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call, please.
Jeffers. Aye. Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski. Aye. Trikey.
Aye.
We have monthly meetings on here. To be held, yes,
Can
ma'am.
I ask, I think that it says to be held blank Tuesday of the month at 5:30 through the end of
That's supposed to be
2024.
community.
I move that we allow the Economic Development Committee to use Town Hall to hold their meetings on, what Tuesday of the month did we say? The second Tuesday, I think so, at 5:30 through the end of the month.
Second. Any discussion?
They don't.
we can't have meetings overlap, right? But you guys don't take longer than an hour and a half or so at the meetings?
There would be two, you could.
First Tuesday of the month.
Well, I just said you said meetings can't overlap. We do audit and finance.
Oh, sure.
That's
Yeah,
all.
I was
I
gonna
just
say.
didn't know if I thought meetings couldn't overlap. Other than that, yeah, doesn't
Can
matter.
I add something to that though, real quick? So short answer to that is yes, however, because community economic development isn't necessarily, I'm gonna call it a village-specific meeting. We keep it open, but we're not necessarily held to sunshine laws and things like that. We just do it as an in-kind and as a nicety.
Okay.
Further discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski.
Aye.
Trivey.
Aye.
All right, moving on right along to ordinances. No objection to reading by title only. Anybody that is watching right now, please click the link and follow along if you'd like to read.
Ordinance number 1807-24 is a first reading. An ordinance amending section 921.05, turnout fee as it pertains to the fee rate effective October 1, 2024. Resolution number 735-24, final reading. Ashland Consulting LLC agreement for development of property maintenance code.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 735-24. The agreement for the development of property maintenance code.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski.
Aye.
Trivey.
Aye.
Resolution number 740-24, second reading, contribution to qualified employees' health insurance coverage. The resolution that's not listed on here is the Eastwood Environmental Inc. contract, and this is regarding hiring a water distribution system treatment operator to replace Corey Timko.
I'll move that we execute the contract for that company to provide those services.
Go second.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski.
Aye.
Trivey.
Aye.
All right. And I have a motion on the floor to move into executive session to discuss the vacant fire chief position and, yes.
Can I ask a question before we do that? Was that an emergency?
Yes.
So we needed,
Yes,
the language for that motion needed to be different.
okay.
It's an emergency.
Okay.
Before we go to executive session, on the agenda is miscellaneous for 2015 SUV, I'm assuming.
Oh, yes.
Fire department one, or?
Yes.
All right, so we'll jump back into the,
Eastwood
rephrasing.
Environmental.
yes.
So pass as an emergency. I need a motion.
I move to pass it as an emergency and suspend the rules.
Second.
No discussion? Roll call.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Seiski.
Aye.
Trivey.
Aye.
Thanks, Gene.
And miscellaneous 2015 SUV?
Okay, I asked for this to be put on the agenda because after the safety committee met and had this discussion about this vehicle, I also met with Mr. Saleha to talk about the vehicle and the budget with respect to that and check with Michelle. And actually, the vehicle was purchased out of the general fund. It didn't affect the fire department budget. And so I would like to make a motion that the 2015 SUV vehicle become a part of the service department fleet. And I guess that's the motion.
I'll second
First and second. Any discussion?
I thought we were gonna wait and make this decision after you hired a new fire chief.
So this vehicle will not be suited for a utility vehicle for the fire department, so we have to find a spot for it. So this is probably where that's from. Yeah, but we definitely will be talking about that, yeah, most definitely. But yeah, so we have a first and a second, any other discussion? No discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sexky.
Aye.
Turkey.
Aye. I'd like to, one thing about the SUV, I'd like to, I don't know if it's a motion or whatever, but as far as putting lettering on it, so people know what it is, when they're driving around and that, so I'd like to make a motion that we letter it properly.
I'll second that motion.
I have a question.
So it falls under discussion, I think.
Who is going to be using the vehicle?
So seeing that we have David and Rocco in our service department as of now, if we hire anybody else, it will be falling under that. The SUVs, I'm assuming, going to be able to hold things such as leaf blowers,
It's,
any kind of yard,
yeah, and with the discussions probably going to be mainly used by myself, as I do a lot more traveling around, and not carry a lot of equipment. And I don't intend to drive the trailer or anything, it's just basically for me to get where I need to go without taking up a vital vehicle for trailers and heavy equipment.
That's great, that's what I wanted to hear.
Did you have something?
No.
Okay, yeah. And just a discussion to your lettering, that's something that we'll be talking about eventually soon anyway, just so we can get the emblem on all the vehicles, just so they're all uniform, so. But yes, first and a second, no more discussion, roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sexky.
Aye.
Turkey.
Aye.
Motion passed. All right, now, do I have a motion on the floor to move into executive session to discuss personnel for the vacant fire chief position?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call please.
Jeffers.
Aye.
Casco.
Aye.
Mashari.
Aye.
San Giacomo.
Aye.
Sexky.
Aye.
Turkey.
Aye.
Great.
Yeah.